Have you ever wondered how one tragic event can spark a global movement? Let's take a moment to discuss one such unfortunate event that has shaken the world to its core. In Kazakhstan, a vibrant young woman named Saltanat Nukenova, whose name means triumph in Kazakh, led a life filled with warmth and joy. Yet her life was tragically cut short by the very man who promised to protect her husband, former Minister Kuandyk Bishimbayev. In the autumn of 2023, the news broke out like a thunderbolt. Saltanat, a mere 31 years old, was brutally beaten to death by Bishimbayev in the VIP room of his own restaurant in Astana. The shock of the event reverberated not just in Kazakhstan but across the globe. The horrifying incident left an indelible mark, and the world could not help but take notice. The immediate aftermath was a maelstrom of emotions, shock, and outrage. The public was aghast, the media was ablaze, and the people were demanding justice. The incident was not just a dreadful act of violence but a glaring testament to the persistent issue of domestic violence that plagues not just Kazakhstan but societies worldwide. The gruesome event sparked a national and international outcry, leading to debates on traditional gender roles, abusive relationships, and the pressing need for societal change to combat domestic violence. It prompted legislative changes within Kazakhstan, including new laws criminalizing violence against women and children. Saltanat's murder was not just a tragedy, but a wake-up call. It uncovered the ugly face of domestic violence hidden behind closed doors and sparked a dialogue about the need for societal change. It also exposed the deep-seated societal attitudes that often remain unchallenged, leading to such horrific incidents. The reaction to Saltanat's death was swift and unanimous, demanding justice for her and every other victim of domestic violence. The people of Kazakhstan, and indeed the world, were united in their grief and their demand for change. This harrowing event has ignited a fierce debate about domestic violence in Kazakhstan and beyond. It has sparked a movement that refuses to be silenced until justice is served and change is brought about. The unfortunate event of Saltanat's death has become a rallying cry for all those who believe in a world free from violence and injustice. Justice is an elusive concept, especially for victims of domestic violence. But in Kazakhstan, a high-profile trial is attempting to bring justice to such a victim. In an unprecedented move, the trial is being live-streamed, allowing millions across the country and beyond its borders to bear witness. The defendant, former National Economy Minister Kuandyk Bishimbayev, accused of the brutal murder of his wife, Saltanat Nukenova. The trial has commanded international attention and sparked global conversations about domestic violence. From the YouTube comments section to Instagram posts, messages of support pour in for Saltanat. Russia is with you, Ukraine stands for Saltanat, Yerevan is for you here, they read. Even when the trial slips into Kazakh, there are requests for Russian translation so everyone can follow along. This outpouring of support isn't confined to the digital sphere. Rallies have been held in New York, Berlin, London, and several Italian cities, all united in their support for Saltanat's family and their condemnation of domestic violence. Under the hashtag #ForSaltanat, people have shared videos honoring her memory, composed songs, poems, and art in her name, and paid touching tributes to her. Major Russian media outlets have covered the trial, and influencers around the world are using their platforms to speak out about the issue of domestic violence. It's like a reality show that unfolds 4 days a week, from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Bishimbayev faces a maximum sentence of life imprisonment, but whether or not he receives it depends on the majority vote of 11 people, 10 jurors, and the judge. The Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Aybek Smadyarov, has suggested that the trial could even improve Kazakhstan's image, showing that the country is ahead of its regional partners in terms of such novelties. The trial, while a pursuit of justice for Saltanat, has also become a stage for the global fight against domestic violence. In the face of tragedy, the world can unite in powerful ways. The shocking case of Saltanat Nukenova, a symbol of hope and resilience, has stirred a global response that transcends borders. From New York to Berlin, from London to several cities in Italy, people have gathered in rallies, their voices echoing in unison against the scourge of domestic violence. The power of social media has been instrumental in amplifying this outcry. Under the hashtag #ForSaltanat, a digital wave of solidarity has swept across the globe. This hashtag has become a beacon for those advocating for change, a virtual platform for sharing videos, creating art, composing songs and poems, and penning touching dedications in memory of Saltanat. The media too has played a vital role in bringing Saltanat's story to the forefront. Major Russian media outlets have provided extensive coverage of the trial, ensuring that the narrative of domestic violence is not lost in the shadows. Their reporting has sparked important discussions and has led to an increased awareness of the severity of this issue. In the digital age, influencers hold a unique position of power. They have the ability to reach millions with a single post, and in the case of Saltanat, many have used their platforms to speak out against domestic violence. They have shed light on her story, sparking conversations among their followers and inspiring them to take action. In the wake of Saltanat's tragic fate, a global community has formed, united in their shared outrage and their demand for justice. Her story has resonated with people from all walks of life, serving as a stark reminder of the urgent need to combat domestic violence. Despite the grief and anger, there is a glimmer of hope. The global response to Saltanat's case is a testament to the collective power of humanity. It is proof that when we come together, we can effect change, we can challenge societal norms, and we can fight for a world where every person is safe from harm. Saltanat's story has resonated globally, uniting people in a shared demand for justice and an end to domestic violence. While the court of public opinion has its verdict, the legal outcome is yet uncertain. This case has been a pivotal point in highlighting the legal implications associated with domestic violence, not just in Kazakhstan, but also around the world. The trial of Kuandyk Bishimbayev has been dubbed Saltanat's Law, and the legal proceedings have been under the watchful eyes of millions. Bishimbayev faces a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. But the road to this possible sentence is not a smooth one. It requires a majority vote from the jurors, a format he explicitly requested. This is one of the peculiarities of Kazakh jury trials, where the judge and 10 jurors deliberate together. The legal system in Kazakhstan, like many others, has its unique challenges. It's not just about proving guilt beyond reasonable doubt, but also about navigating these intricacies of their jury system. The trial process in this case has been an educational journey for many on the complexities of the legal system. The high-profile nature of this trial has also led to legislative changes in the country. New laws criminalizing violence against women and children have been introduced, a significant step forward in a country where traditional gender roles often dominate societal norms. This shows the potential for legal proceedings to catalyze systemic change. Even in the face of deeply ingrained societal attitudes, it's important to note that the true measure of justice in this case isn't just about the verdict. It's also about the changes the trial stimulates in society and legal structures. It's about the conversations it sparks, the awareness it raises, and ultimately, the lives it could potentially save from domestic violence in the future. This case has shown that high-profile trials can be a powerful tool in shedding light on societal issues and prompting legislative changes. It has also highlighted the importance of public involvement in legal proceedings, as the global response to this trial has played a significant role in driving these changes. The legal outcome remains uncertain, but the trial has already made its mark on public consciousness. A single case can sometimes shake the foundations of societal norms. And this is exactly what happened with Saltanat Nukenova's case. It didn't just cause ripples, it stirred a storm, challenging the deep-rooted societal norms and sparking debates on traditional gender roles and domestic violence. A murder case that was more than just a crime of passion. It became a mirror for a society grappling with systemic issues. It forced the people of Kazakhstan, and indeed the world, to confront the stark reality of domestic violence, a topic often swept under the rug. The societal impact was profound, calling into question entrenched mindsets and behaviors. The case opened dialogues about psychopathy and abusive relationships, discussions that were long overdue. It was a stark reminder that violence against women is not a private matter, but a societal issue that needs collective action. Saltanat's case was not just about seeking justice for one woman, but for all the women who have suffered silently behind closed doors. It served as a wake-up call for a society that had been too complacent in addressing the pervasive issue of domestic violence. The case's impact extended beyond societal conversations, prompting legislative changes in Kazakhstan. The incident led to new laws criminalizing violence against women and children, a significant stride towards ensuring justice and protection for victims of domestic violence. These changes were not just a victory for Saltanat's family, but for every woman in Kazakhstan and beyond. It was a testament to the fact that no societal norm is too deep-rooted to be challenged, no issue too sensitive to be confronted. The case of Saltanat Nukenova has demonstrated how a single incident can ignite a societal shift, forcing us to question and reassess our cultural norms and legal protections. It's a testament to the power of collective outrage and the desire for justice. Saltanat's tragic end has triggered a societal shift, prompting a re-evaluation of cultural norms and legal protections. Her legacy will live on in the changes her case has brought about and in the conversations it continues to inspire. Sometimes out of tragedy, hope emerges. The name Saltanat is etched into the hearts of many as a beacon of resilience, a symbol of hope. A devastating loss, yes, but her spirit continues to inspire the fight against domestic violence, not just in Kazakhstan, but around the globe. Her vibrant spirit, captured in posthumously published footage, dances in slow motion in the minds of many. Her warm gaze and Hollywood smile, a testament to her zest for life, have become an emblem for change and justice. Saltanat Nukenova, the fragile girl in these images, has posthumously risen as a symbol of hope, a beacon that lights the path for those demanding justice for every hurt soul. In November 2023, the world was shocked when news broke about her tragic end, but the ripples of her story did not stop there. The live-streamed trial of her murder, an unprecedented occurrence in the history of Kazakhstan's independence, held the world's attention. And as people from various countries tuned in, their voices joined in a chorus of support and solidarity. Russia is with you, Ukraine stands for Saltanat, Yerevan is for you here, they echoed, the whole world is watching too. This global response has been nothing short of extraordinary. Rallies against domestic violence have taken place in cities around the world. New York, Berlin, London, and several cities in Italy, to name a few. Under the hashtag #ForSaltanat, people have shown their support, shared videos honoring Saltanat's memory, and created art, songs, poems, and touching dedications in her name. But this is not just about remembering Saltanat, it's about continuing her fight. It's about justice for Saltanat and justice for all victims of domestic violence. It's about changing societal attitudes, implementing comprehensive legal protections, and ensuring no one else suffers the same fate. While Saltanat's life was tragically cut short, her legacy lives on in the global fight against domestic violence. Her story is not defined by her tragic end, but by the hope and change she continues to inspire. And that, my friends, is the power of Saltanat's symbol of hope. The fight against domestic violence is a global concern. As we wrap up our discussion, we reflect back on the tragic event that sparked this conversation. Saltanat Nukenova, a vibrant young woman, became a posthumous symbol of hope in the fight against domestic violence, following her untimely death at the hands of her husband, former National Economy Minister Kuandyk Bishimbayev. Amidst the shock and grief, the trial that ensued was a landmark in Kazakhstan's history. Live-streamed for the first time, it captured the attention of millions across the country and beyond. The global response was overwhelming, with messages of solidarity pouring in from all corners of the world. The legal implications of this case have been significant. It has led to the creation of stricter laws against domestic violence, marking a significant step forward for Kazakhstan. However, the challenges in implementing these laws and changing societal attitudes remain. The societal impact of Saltanat's story extends far beyond Kazakhstan's borders. It has sparked conversations about domestic violence, psychopathy, abusive relationships, and the need for societal change on a global scale. Saltanat, whose name means triumph in Kazakh, has indeed triumphed in her own way. Through the tragedy of her death, she has become a beacon of hope. She has inspired rallies in major cities around the world, and her story continues to resonate with those who demand justice for every hurt soul. While the fight against domestic violence continues, Saltanat's story serves as a powerful reminder of the urgent need for change.